Thank you for teaching me how to butcher animals, I said as I closed the freezer on my neighbor. A few minutes later, the sound of sirens came from the other end of the street. My neighbor, groggy with sleep, walked out of the bedroom. "What's going on, Joey? You think you heard sirens?" I didn't respond, just smiled. The police car stopped in front of my house, and Detective Jack entered with several officers. "Are you Jason Black?" Jack asked, then cuffed him. "Come with us." A few months ago, there was a strange case at the town slaughterhouse. Workers cleaning the workbench found some unusual blood stains and bone fragments that didn't belong to animals. At first, everyone thought they were the remains of mountain monkeys, given that we live in a mountain town. But one day, a human finger and hair appeared on the workbench. Tests matched these objects with the victims of recent missing person reports. There was a serial killer in our town. Although it was a slaughterhouse, only Jason had access to cutting the bodies, the employees said. "I am not Jason Black." My good neighbor paled as he explained to the officers. "My name is Daniel Clement, an intern lawyer at an accounting firm. My ID and documents are on the table in the living room." Jack exchanged glances with the other officers. He was indeed not Jason Black. Detective Jack frowned. The case had more and more doubts. Company records showed that a man named Jason Black did live at this address. But the man before them was clearly not him. When I first arrived here, I was robbed and left penniless. A kind man took me in without charging me. But then he disappeared, and we lost contact. "Do you remember the appearance or name of this kind man?" Jack asked. Daniel shook his head. Jack suddenly turned to me. "So, Joey, do you know anything?" I shook my head silently. "Are you sure?" Jack stared at me. "Of course," I smiled. He signaled to the other officers. I was immediately restrained, and they opened the freezer to find Jason's body. Daniel fell to the ground in fear. "It wasn't me. I don't know why there's a body here. I don't even cook," he explained in terror. "Do you have anything to explain, Jason?" Jack leaned against the doorframe, playing with his gun. "What? How did you kill him and stuff him into the freezer unnoticed?" "Looks like I got caught." I lowered my head and smiled. The method of cutting the body is exactly the same as the previous cases at the slaughterhouse, but this time the victim is the previous suspect. "Do you have anything to say?" "I killed him, and he taught me the method." "That's it." "Why?" "I smelled my wife's perfume on him, the one I specially made for her. I couldn't be wrong. What if it was just a coincidence? The necklace on his neck, I made it by hand as a birthday gift for my wife. The date of our wedding is engraved on the ring pendant's back." I interrupted Jack. "If you say it's a coincidence, would you believe it?" Everyone was silent. I followed him here, rented the house next door, tried hard to befriend him, and learned the slaughtering technique, but then he suddenly disappeared. I knew he was ready to strike again. I glanced at the cowering Daniel. Saving one is better than none. Detective Jack was silent for a moment. His eyes were filled with mixed emotions. After a pause, he spoke slowly. "Joey, you know this is murder, right?" I nodded. Jack sighed deeply, then turned to the other officers. "Take him away." The car started and slowly left the scene. The sirens sounded again, breaking the town's silence. I closed my eyes. "Selena, I'm coming to be with you."